All right. So the other day during meditation, a thought came to mind, and it came out of nowhere, it seemed, because it was a memory from when I was like 12, like 60 years ago. And why? And I'm thinking, how did that happen? And I thought about it, and there had to be a reason. There had to be a reason for it. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was about something that I had done that I felt some shame for, or I felt embarrassed by. And that I really had to forgive myself. I had to let go. I had to forgive, because these are all the things we build up in our memory that we completely forget about, and we don't know that they're still hanging out, getting in our way. So what I thought we'd do this week is a practice about forgiveness, about forgiving ourselves as well as others, because we're harder on ourselves than anyone else. So let's close our eyes and come inside. And as you focus on your breath, think about the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness does not condone any action that anyone has done, but it allows us to let go. It allows us not to carry around any unwanted feelings, any anger if someone has hurt us, any resentment. We let it go. We forgive ourselves. We forgive others. Breathe in deeply, breathe in the power of forgiveness. And when you exhale, send that forgiveness out to others in your life or in your future life. After your next exhale, return to your natural breath and open your eyes to take in the light. Bring your arms alongside your hips. Don't sit the way I'm sitting. I'm doing that because my knee is giving me a little bit of a problem that I hope will be rectified today. But just sit in your comfortable cross-legged position, right? Sukhasana. Inhale, walk your hand away, your right hand. Doesn't matter which side you start on. I'm on my right. Bend your elbow. Send your left arm alongside your left ear. And stretch. Send your left arm straight up to the sky so that your fingers are pointing upward. Rotate your arm so that your thumb is pointing away from you. Bend your elbow, bring the back of your hand to the back of your heart. And push into the mat with your right hand and twist a little bit. Push with your hand a little bit, just gently, to open up your heart. Try to keep your right shoulder down. So one of the things we need to do when we're in a mode of forgiveness is to open up our hearts. Big heart opener. And now extend your arm so that you have this long line from your top fingers to your bottom fingers. Inhale, and then on an exhale, bring your left hand down. Bring your hands to parallel. Look up, straight arms. Exhale, bend your elbows and bow down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and pause. Slide your fingers to your knee, left hand on right knee. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Remember to get taller on your inhale. Bring your right arm alongside your right ear. Inhale, and then on an exhale, come back to center. Bring your arms back down to the mat. Send your left arm away from your left hip. Right arm reaches to the left. Send your right fingers up to the sky. Rotate your arm. Bend your elbow. Send the back of your hand to the back of your heart. Twist to open your heart. Extend your right arm. Extend your left arm like wings, freedom. And come back up to sit. Oh, right. Okay, so bring both hands in front of your left knee in parallel. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your elbows and bow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bow. Inhale, up on straight arms, slide your fingers to your knee and twist to look over your shoulder. Inhale, get taller and bring both your arms up alongside your ears. Inhale again. Exhale to center and bring your arms back down by your side. So first shake your legs out a little bit because we've been in Sukhasana for a little bit, right? And when you bring your legs back, maybe you want to fold them a different way. You decide what you want to do to make yourself comfortable. Sukhasana, sukha means sukham, it means happy. Sukha also means easy, easy seat. Your sweet spot. All right. So another thing we need when we're in the mode of forgiveness is strength. Strength, we need to be brave. So let's work on our upper body strength. Open your palms facing you. And you're going to reach up to the sky. And you're going to grab hold of whatever you want, pull it down, pull it, and send your elbows back behind you. You're going to open your palms, reach up, fists, bring them down, and send your elbows back behind you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down and send your arms behind you. Inhale. exhale, and pause. All right. Arms straight out to the side, straight out from your shoulder. Make a fist, a little King Kong, and open. Bring your hands together and open. Bring your fists together and open. Together and open. Together. Open and pause. Bring your arms back down by your side. All right. Let's come on to our hands and knees. All right, you know your alignment, right? So let's start with some cats and dogs here. So on an inhale, you're going to send your spine curling towards the mat, your heart moving slightly forward. It wants to open. Exhale, arch your spine to the sky. Inhale, opposite direction, continue at your own pace, noticing that when you're in your dog spine, your heart is reaching for openness. And continue. Next time your spine is arching to the ceiling, to the sky, in your Halloween cat position, you're going to pause and then send your hips back toward your heels. It's okay if you don't reach your heels. Go as far as you can comfortably go. Walk your hands farther away and begin to lift your hips. Bring your hips forward. Bring your heart between your arms, your wrists under your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, send your hips back. On an inhale, come forward. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Place your left knee under your left hip onto the mat. Swivel your right foot so that the sole of your foot is flat on the mat. Fan open to the right. Send your right arm alongside your right ear. Send your toes in the opposite direction for a full side body stretch. And then bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Take a moment in table, Baddhamanasana. Send your send your left leg back, send your right leg back, downward facing dog. Place your right knee down under your right hip. Swivel your left foot, fan open to the left. Arm alongside ear and side body stretch. Bring your hand back down to the mat. Bring your knee down to the mat. Slide your hands towards your knees. Come to stand on your knees. Okay. So another one of the things that we need in that mode of forgiveness is to feel your power, feel your strength, let your arms come out by the side, all the way up into a V shape, a V like a victory shape. Feeling your strength. Inhale, and then on an exhale, send your hips back, your hands to the mat. Come all the way down in an extended child's pose. Your arms are straight overhead to show humility. Another ingredient needed for forgiveness. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders. Rotate your arms so your palms are moving to face upward, and let your arms help rise your whole body back up into that feeling of power. Inhale, exhale, show humility. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders, rise back up. Then send your arms down in the opposite direction, so you have like a mountain shape with your arms, an upside down V. And you're going to open up your heart. And we become vulnerable when we open up our heart, but every warrior needs to do that in order to be brave. Release your arms. Send your arms back behind you. Bring the heels of your hands to your back waist, your fingers pointing down, your elbows reaching back. On an inhale, you're going to open up your heart a little bit more, and you go as deep into this back bend as you wish, as your body allows. Inhale, and then on an exhale, come back up, your shoulders in line with the mat, your hips over your knees. Bring your hands down to the mat and wag your tail. So depending on how deep your back bend was, this is a counter pose for the back bend. And then send your hips to your heels for a full release and introspection, humility. Look up, begin to rise back up onto your knees again. All right, good. All right. Okay. So if you have blocks, you might want to have them handy. So you can use them to help with stability, with balance, to step your right foot forward and walk it away. Send your arms streaming back behind you. Inhale, and then exhale, slide forward. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, slide forward, rising up. Exhale, straighten. Once more. And then keep your knee bent, step it back, and bring it back where you found it. All right, so let's do the other side. So bring your left leg forward, walk it away. Send your arms back behind you. Inhale, slide your hips forward, rise up. Exhale, bring your arms down, straighten your leg. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale. step your foot back and bring your knee back down to the mat. Come back to table. You're going to send your right leg back behind you. You're going to lift it up hip high. And that may be as far as you go, or if you wish to deepen this a little bit, send your left arm alongside your left ear. You can bring your hand down at any time or your leg. You're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Send your left leg back behind you. Lift it hip high. Right arm alongside right ear. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down, child's pose. Lift your hips and place your forearms onto the mat. Slide your knees under your hips and slide your whole torso back and forth like a little car on or a train on its tracks. And notice your elbow joints, your shoulder joints, your knees are working for you, softening up. And then pause when you come to center. Slide one leg back, slide the other leg back and come down on your belly to come into Sphinx. The half human, half lion. The body is the body of a lion and the head of a human. Place one hand on top of the other. Bring your forehead on top of the little pillow you made to come to Makarasana, the crocodile. You're going to lift your head and shoulders, look forward. Inhale. On an exhale, you're going to curl your shoulders just a bit, like a tiny little cat spine, to close your jaws, the crocodile jaw. Inhale, open it wide, lift your head and shoulders. Exhale, close it, forehead to hands. Once more, open and close. Slide your hands alongside your breast. This is another exercise for us to strengthen our upper body. So you're not yet going to push into the mat. You're going to lift your head and shoulders for a baby cobra, and you're going to come back down. This time, you're going to press into the mat with your hands. You're going to lift your head and shoulders and bring your torso slightly up. You want to keep your pubic bone down on the mat. It's important for your back support. So your elbows will be slightly bent, your shoulders drop, and feel it. You can feel it in your arms. Inhale, exhale, fold back down. Makarasana, the resting part of the crocodile pose. So one last thing before we come up on to stand is you're going to roll onto your side. At either side, it doesn't matter, because you're rolling on your side to make your way down onto your back. And when you get there, lift your head and shoulders and bring your forearms down onto the mat so that your elbows are under your shoulders. And place your feet on the mat and walk your feet away a little bit. So we're going to do some sit-ups here, gentle sit-ups, I promise. All right. Right. So you're going to make a straight line with your spine. So you're looking slightly up to the sky, and you have from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, it should be a straight line or as close to it as possible. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to press into your forearms, press into your hands, and come up to sit. Inhale back down onto your arms. Inhale, exhale, push to come up. Use your abdominal muscles. That is very, very important. That's what we're strengthening here. So come back down onto your forearms and think about that. When you lift, you want to use those abs, and that helps you to protect your lower back so that there's no strain there. So just do it, just feel it, just squeeze your ab muscles and notice how it strengthens your back, and then let go and notice how weak your back is, how vulnerable it is. So let's do that again. Inhale, and then exhale, come up to sit using those abdominal muscles. Come back down. One last time. Inhale, engage those abs, come up. And send your legs straight out in front of you. So we want to build our strength. We want to open our hearts. We want to show humility so that we can practice forgiveness. Come up to stand. Take your time. There's no rush. All right. Okay, everybody's standing. So we always start with our mountain when we stand. It's like a rule. Right. Shoulders forward, up, back, down. Feel the power of this mountain pose. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring that energy to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Turn. If you're not already facing the front of your mat, you probably are. All right. So you're going to stand there in your mountain. Right. And then you're going to shift your weight to your left foot, bend your right knee. Inhale, exhale, step back with your right leg to come into warrior one legs. Yeah. Knee over ankle. And the length of your warrior, meaning from your front leg foot to your back foot, depends on your body and how comfortable you are. You can go back a little bit more to make a longer one, or you can shorten it. All right, so whatever is most comfortable for your body, you might wish to challenge it a little bit today. Right, and your shoulders are going to be square with the edge of your mat. You're going to send your arms streaming back behind you. You're going to inhale and bring that warrior into existence. Open up your arms into victory. Ready for that victory to occur. Bring your hands together. You can continue to look forward or look up at your prayer. It's a little harder on balance. And then bring that prayer down to your heart. You're going to swing your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra, behind you, knuckles to the mat, brave heart. Inhale, exhale, come halfway for a humble warrior. Bow your head. Then bring your head so that it's neutral with your spine. Push your feet into the mat and push yourself back up to stand in your warrior, your brave heart. We are now ready, yeah? And you're going to step your right foot forward. Right, left leg steps back. So take the time to set your legs up properly. It's important, right? It's for your balance. One of the reasons you want to keep your legs in their own lane is for balance, because when you do this, your balance, I mean, it's possible to do it, but that really doesn't help your balance much, right? Send your arms streaming back behind you. Once again, let's energize that warrior, bringing all that energy up into your whole body. Warrior one. Feel that energy, feel yourself reaching up for the sky. Say a prayer. Look up at your prayer or not. And then bring that prayer to your heart. Inhale your arms into Yoga Mudra behind you. Brave heart. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Humble warrior. If you bow your head, remember to bring it to neutral before you push yourself up. Push your feet into the mat and push yourself back up. Release your arms, step forward. All right. Step your feet apart. Swivel your right foot so that your toes are facing away from you. Square your shoulders with the edge of your mat. Your back heel should move back just a little bit to be at a slight angle so that it's at the same angle as your knee. You're going to bend your right knee over your right ankle. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders. Hug yourself. Elbow over elbow. Inhale, and then exhale, send your elbows up to the sky. Inhale, bring them back down. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, open up your arms. Swing your left arm around so that palm comes to palm. You're going to make a fist with your left hand, and you're going to pull on the bowstring. Pull it and let it go. Let's do that again. Bring your hands together, pull on the bowstring. And we're getting rid of all of those things that get in our way. Any shame, any grief, any anger that we have, we're just going to shoot it away one more time. Pull on your bowstring. And then come to a peaceful warrior. Opening up your heart once again. Come back to your warrior. Release your arms, toes pointing forward. And then we'll swivel to the other side. Right? So get in your warrior position. So one of the things that happens in Warrior 2 is certainly our hips move a little because of the angle of our back leg. And we're opening up our front knee so that it doesn't collapse in, but our shoulders can be square, right, with the mat. But the other thing too is that we don't want one hip being higher than the other. So place your hand on the top of your thigh, just for a moment, to even out your hips. And then come to your beautiful warrior. Hug yourself and try to remember which arm was on top and put the opposite one on top. This time you're going to send your elbows reaching down. Come back to center. Send them reaching up. Come back to center and just release your arms. Bring your right hand to your right thigh, peaceful warrior, sign of peace. Bring your arms back down. Turn your feet forward. Oh, yes. See, it's so good that Bill is here with us, right? we come back to your Warrior 2. We have to do that bow and arrow on both sides. Right hand to left palm. Pull on the bowstring and release it. Twice more. Pull that bowstring and release it. Pull and release it. Toes pointing forward. Step your feet together. Bend your knees a little. Move around. Do a little motions with your body to let everything loosen. Right? We were in some very powerful positions, right? And now we need to loosen up a little. So bend your knees. Continue to let your hips come down. We're going to make our way down to our mat. Coming in all the way down on your back. And then place your feet on the mat when you get there. Lengthen your spine. If you have a block or a blanket handy, you're going to push your feet into the mat, lift your hips, slide the block or blanket underneath your sacrum, that little sort of triangular shaped bone that attaches your two pelvic bones together. And then send your any leg, whatever leg you choose, up to the sky, and then the other one. And remembering your legs should be in position as if both your hips and your legs were pressing against a wall. Your arms can be wherever they are most comfortable, perhaps in Shavasana position, or maybe it feels good to send them overhead or out to the side. What feels good for you today? Do that. And you can come out of this at any time. But I think maybe it's a good idea if this pose is working for you, if it feels good, let's stay here for a few more breaths. So in yoga, we count time in breaths. There are no seconds, no minutes, just breaths. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. If you have a prop under your hips, lift and remove it. And come in to Shavasana. Feel your whole back body surrendering to gravity. Notice that your back body is secure, grounded to the earth. And the front body is open, accepting the power of the sun. And bringing you the energy you need to practice forgiveness. Take a deep breath and then release it slowly. Roll your head from side to side, beginning to wake up your body, reawaken it. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, back behind you, your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them either around your thighs or around your shins, and roll from side to side very gently, very slowly. And then come to center. Release your legs and roll over into a fetal position onto whichever side you prefer. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit. Perhaps in a chair, or you can stay right where you are to come to ready your body for meditation. So the meditation we are doing today is a meditation of forgiveness. And this one is an ancient Hawaiian meditation. And it always amazes me because I read so much about ancient wisdom. How did we lose it, all that wisdom? And so let's try and bring it back. So this meditation is called Ho'oponopono. And ho'o means to make, and pono means right. So it translates to make rightly right. And it means make ourselves right again, make ourselves back to, in yoga, it would be called to your realization, your God realization. And in this case, or in any case, that is love realization, as that is who we really are. But we let all of these things get in our way, all of these things that we have accumulated throughout our lives. And we hold anger and resentment, people who have hurt us. And what they found was that by forgiving ourselves, we are able to send that forgiveness out. And by forgiving ourselves, we're also forgiving others, because we're letting go of the anger and the resentment that we carry around. So the person who hurt us, they're not suffering. We are. Why? We need to let it go. And to do that, we want to come unlayer all those pieces and come back to that condition of pure love. So with your eyes closed, repeat these sentences to yourself. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Sorry for any hurt I have caused you. Sorry for any pain that I am carrying around. I am so sorry. I am sorry for allowing my pain, allowing my shame, allowing my guilt, allowing it to control me and to mask who I really am. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me for allowing these grievances to get in the way of who I really am and who you really are. Please forgive me for holding on to anger, for allowing it to hurt me, for holding on to resentment, allowing it to hurt me, for holding on to pain of any kind, allowing it freely to reign. I love you. I love this body. I love this heart. I love this world. I love everyone in this world. I love even those who have hurt me. They are not perfect. They are just like me in so many ways. I love. I am love. Thank you. Thank you for your forgiveness. Thank you for allowing me to let go of all that I carry around. Thank you, who I have hurt, for forgiving me. Thank you. Thank you for this community. Thank you for our shared love. Thank you for this love that is so deep inside of me and who I wish and which I wish to bring to the surface, to bring and feel it deeply. As we say these 4 lines again, we'll pause between each one so that we may each of us fill in our own meaning, our own version of forgiveness. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And now let's together say these 4 lines one after the other, knowing that whenever we say just these 4 lines, all of the meaning that we have associated with it will come with it. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel your heart beating. And let's say these words again. You can continue to repeat them on your own over and over again whenever you feel the need. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Bow your head. And then as you lift your head, you will open your eyes. And I thank you all so much for being with me today.